Hey guys, thank you for joining me on this video. Some of us out there are still using the $1 per kilometer method to decide the acceptance of trip requests. On this video, let's talk about what happens to our actual earnings by accepting these $1 per kilometer offers. My name is Kani. I share with you my food delivery experience to enhance your side hustle. As you may already know, I've been doing food delivery since 2019 with over 8,400 deliveries just on the Uber platform. So what is this dollar per kilometer method? It is when we decide to accept an offer based on the dollar value being approximately equal to the distance. This method did work well prior to Uber started including upfront tips, because potentially we had the opportunity to make more after delivery if the customer has tipped. But now, with the upfront tips and the rising cost of fuel, $1 per kilometer is no longer feasible. Today, we are going to discuss why we should increase this amount to get the most earnings. In order to do that, we need to talk about Uber's estimated duration and distance. In my experience dealing with thousands of these offers, I've realized that the actual time spent and the distance driven are a lot more at the end of the day, because the estimate only includes the time and distance from our location to pick up and then to drop off. It doesn't include what I call a non-revenue portion of a trip, as in when we are driving back to a restaurant zone after dropping off and waiting for the next offer. From the data I've collected over the years, the time is about additional 10 minutes on average, and the distance is doubled of the Uber's estimate. We will use this as a buffer later on in our analysis. Next, we need to talk about cost of doing business. While working, we will incur expenses like the vehicle, the phone mount, delivery bags, etc. I have determined that these expenses cost me 30 cents per kilometer. We will use that to calculate our expenses. Also, very importantly, we need to calculate how much we may be paying in income taxes for the earnings. We will use the minimum income tax rates for Quebec, Canada, the federal 15% and the provincial 14% of taxable income. Okay, now that's all explained. Let's go over some examples. We will go over 3 offers that I've declined, where the offer amount was roughly equal to the distance. And then we will do a couple of examples of offers I've accepted that has much better dollars to kilometer ratio. By the way, all these examples I'm using are all from the same day during the dinner rush. As a matter of fact, it was from June 1st, 2023 in the marketplace of Montreal, where boost bonus was tripled. As the first example, let's take an offer over $20. Paying $23 to go 18 kilometers, that estimated to be 82 minutes. $23 for nearly an hour and a half of duration is too low to begin with. We are aiming for $23 per hour minimum in this marketplace. To calculate the end result of this offer, we will need to add in those buffers we talked about. Adding in the 10 minutes and doubling the distance, we get $23 for a round trip of 36 kilometers in about an hour and a half. Let's calculate our expenses for this trip. It comes to $10.80. Once we deduct that, our amount goes down to $12.54, which is our taxable income. After deducting the income taxes, we end up with $8 and some change as our net revenue. Now, if this amount is more than the 50% of gross revenue, which is our initial offer of $23, then it would have been better. But for this offer, the net revenue is only 38%. Let's look at another offer over $15. So this $18 offer is for approximately 1 hour to go nearly 19 kilometers, is only giving us an hourly rate of approximately $19. Better than the last one, but still not enough. Factoring in our buffers, we get 68 minutes, approximately 38 kilometers. Let's do our expense calculation for 37.6 kilometers, which comes to $11.28 in cost, leaving us with $6.79 of taxable income. After income taxes on the $6.79, which is approximately $2, we are left with a net revenue of $4.82. Can you believe at the end of the delivery of 5 stops, 2 restaurants and 3 customers, we take home less than $5? Let's do one more from the decline pile and move on to examples of better earnings offers. For the next example, let's go with $11 for 40 minutes, 11 kilometers, with a prorated hourly rate of a little over $17. Anyways, let's work in our buffers and expenses. Now we are left with $4.78. Then after taxes, we have $3.39, which is only 31% of the initial offer. Okay, that's enough of those bad examples. Let me show you if you are selective in your offers, you can increase your earnings potential. Let's look at a couple of examples similar in dollar value as the ones we just analyzed. This is $21 for 15 minutes, less than 3 kilometers. Already about $7 per kilometer, and the prorated hourly rate is $84. Working in our buffers to calculate the expenses and taxes, our net income out of this drop-off is 65% of the initial offer. Now, isn't this a better offer to accept than our first example of similar dollar value? Let's do one more from that same evening. This one is for little over $12 for approximately 20 minutes and 4.5 kilometers. Look at our dollars to kilometer and hourly rate. As usual, let's work our numbers to predict the take-home pay. We are taking 56% of the initial offer after expenses and taxes. I sincerely hope this demonstrated why we shouldn't accept offers on dollar per kilometer rate. My recommendation is at least $2 per kilometer, but the acceptance criteria isn't solely based on dollars per kilometer. We should also take into consideration the hourly rate and few other criteria. We've talked about this in many previous videos. I will link one above. I understand doing mental math is challenging at best. Until we get used to the acceptance criteria for trip requests, at least accept the offers that gives higher than $2 per kilometer. Please give this video a like and share. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. It is much appreciated. For detailed description of how to decide which offers to accept, click on this playlist. And to know which offers you need to stop accepting immediately, click on this video. And I'll see you on another video.